Hi, it's March the 14th, 2025. I'm alive. um, they're keeping me real busy, but I'm slowly making progress on the weekends when I have time, and we're only going to be busy for another month. Then I'll start having some evenings I can devote to the cause, and the cause, of course, is finishing my books. Um, I know I had hoped to get them by Christmas, hoped to get them in January, February. Didn't happen. Now we're here, it's March. And I'm realizing I still got a whole lot more work to do to perfect these things. But I'm going to try to make it a priority as much as I can outside of my job, which is real demanding. And I'm thinking about asking for a leave of absence unpaid this summer to give me a chance to try to finish these things. But in the meantime, we got the financial markets in a world of hurt as this credit bubble unwinds and this carry trade unwinds, and all this overvalued trash sells off. I've been moving my own money around recently. I have previously been in some foreign stocks, but I've changed my mind. Even though I do think there are foreign stocks that are a reasonable value based on a return you would expect if we were using sound money. I'd rather just hold dry powder and not invest in companies that are regulated by tax funded governments, which is every company in every country. So I'd rather just hold dry powder until we get freedom, because we're going to need dry powder real bad once this crisis hits and once this moment arrives where we need to recapitalize vital industries using real money. So I get angry. I get angry at God. I get angry at people. Why am I having to go through this? Why is the world having to go through this? Why can't we just get to the other side where we're free, where things are good, where people are happy? But we're here. And I think the thing to do is to try to be grateful that we're here, that not all is yet lost. Certainly, many are lost, and a lot have perished. More perish every day. People are tortured. Lots has been lost, but we are still here, and we're getting through it one day at a time. If you don't have gold, if you don't have silver, you're a damn fucking fool. Unfortunately, I'm surrounded by damn fools. Don't want to listen, don't want to try to understand the nature of the debt problem, the nature of the currency problem. They want to look the other way. They don't want to hear about it. They don't want to talk about it. They don't want to consider it. They want to stay isolated in their own groups of validators, people who are going to tell them that there's nothing to worry about, tell them what they want to hear. I'm the guy that's going to tell them the truth, and that's why I'm isolated. That's why people don't seem to want to have much to do with me. I'm not a small talker. I'm not a bullshitter. I don't like the superficial interactions that seem to give people their jollies. It's not my thing, you know. We're seeing cryptocurrencies sell off, showing that they are not the digital gold that they've been marketed as Whatever they are, that's not what it is. So I think they're highly speculative plays. I think most people shouldn't be messing with them, frankly. Um, I think you got to be real smart if you are going to mess with them. You got to be real knowledgeable. You got to be timing markets. You got to be doing a lot of research, figuring out where that money is, and even then, it's still a gamble. So I'm saying this as someone who's considered jumping in, but hasn't, because right now I want safety, and if I want to speculate, there are speculations I like better right now. So a lot of things are going to get real cheap um, once this collapse happens. But as income comes in, you got to think about what's cheap right now. And silver's broken out, but silver's still cheap. Gold mining's broken out a bit, but gold mining is still cheap. However, gold mining has risk. You want to think about this. There's all kinds of risk: bail-in risk, nationalization risk, all the operational risks and fraud risks that exist in that industry and in industry in general. Um, so you got a lot to consider with those, but those are a speculation. Those are a more risky play that uh, I have engaged in to a degree. Um, I got my kids this weekend. That'll be cool because I really I like my son. I like hanging out with him. Um, he's at an age where I think it's real important for us to hang out and we have good conversations. And I think he's going to be a real cool guy. He's a guy who suffered a lot from the cruelty that exists among people in general in this society. And he's a cool guy despite it all. And I'm teaching him things these other kids in his class aren't learning. Uh, by the time he grows up, he's going to be a cool guy who's going to have a good, he's going to have good self confidence. He's going to know who he is as a man. And a lot of these kids, they're um, they're fluttering about like their mothers, um, aimlessly seeking social validation with very little real grounding, very little concept of what it's going to take to make it in this world. And ultimately, their mother's going to be broke because government's going to become unable to feed these fucking people. And these kids are going to have to either break off from their parents or go down with the ship. I don't know what they're going to do. So what I know is I'm going to work to try to make sure as many people as possible have as many economic opportunities as they can have by finishing my books and hopefully inspiring people to transition this world to a free one. Cannot overstate how important it is to have precious metals right now. It's sad that I feel like I've been able to convince very few people over the course of my life, even family members. Say no one's wanted to have the conversation. No one's wanted to try to understand why I'm positioned the way I am. And it's a great shame because this is a great bubble. We're living in a very fictitious reality with these asset bubbles, with this whole America bubble, man. Yeah, they appeal to authority on economic matters. They allow the Nobel Prize winning economists um, to be treated as deities that no one can question. They're just this source of knowledge that um, no one can question. And anyone who does question, we're just outcasts. Yeah, the only reason I'm here is because I got kids. This world has not been a joyful place for me. It's not been a fun place. It's not somewhere that I like waking up in every day. But I am here because I got kids, and I'm not trying to leave them here without me. So, with that, you guys take care.